Okay, this game's pretty good. Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. If you ever played Apex Legends, if you ever played Rainbow Six, if you ever played Destiny, you'll like this game. To a degree. Because it's not quite as deep as Destiny. It doesn't have as much gameplay variety as far as modes. It's only one mode. So, imagine Destiny if it only had Crucible. Or, if it only had Gambit. That's basically what this game is. Okay, fine, you get extraction. It's not such a big deal. You have to extract. You have to extract in Titanfall.
Fuck your mom.
Okay, so it's not that much of a big deal that you have to extract out of the map.
What
It borrows a lot from Apex Legends because it has the different heroes, the different shells. That's the best. I think that's the best redeeming quality of this game is you got the guys you have, the extra guys. They have all different abilities. So right now, a lot of people, the majority of people, are just using Thief. Not even Thief. That's Assassin. You rarely see a Thief player on your team. But Thief is good because she can steal the best loot the opponent has with her drone. And I've even seen videos where people put a Claymore mine on her drone and they send the drone flying in to the enemy and just blows up on them. So it's a very good game. It has Destiny's DNA and it has a lot in common with, say, Apex Legends. The best parts of Apex Legends. So it's decent. And also I'm glad to play this game because I'm finally glad to see a new engine. We've been playing Destiny since 2014 and the overall graphic engine is exactly the same, except that now they added more shaders and 4K shaders and everything, but the basic polygonal shape of the characters is the exact same design, man. It's old.
Is that a player? Player
that
got
was
you?
before, older time. And also the netcode sucks in Destiny. You know how terrible it is when you get match made with somebody from Europe? I haven't had that issue with this game, Marathon. That's why I'll give credit where credit is due. The netcode is way better than what it is in Destiny. And I'm sure they're not just matching people from, the same area. Okay, you don't see the same problems you see in Destiny with somebody that has a red ping and they're from Europe. They have a distinct advantage over everybody in America. That's not like this in this game. I played a lot. I played 54 hours of this game.
As soon as this shit clears
I tried out every character, but I usually just stick to Assassin right now. And sometimes I use the Titan. He's not a Titan. He's actually a Destroyer, but he looks like a Titan. And it's okay game. I mean, it's a good game, but it has some things that turn people off. Like your health doesn't regen. You start off with this low amount of health, and then it takes a long time to get your health up to a decent value. Okay, you have to earn the right to get the buy health boost in the shop. I guess it's called it's not called an armory or whatever it's called. It's armory, a shop. It's basically a freaking shop. They call it something else. Yeah, they call it armory actually. And you can buy different factions can get you different items. So some factions will get you shields, and some factions will get you grenades. But here's the problem where this game, where I say it's good to a degree, but the degree it sucks. Like shit, like you have a limited amount of shields you can buy per week. So even if you do earn the right to get, say, purple shields out of the armory from a certain faction, then you got to worry about how many times you can use it. You can only use it X amount of times, and then you can't buy any more until the reset on Monday. But right now, the reset's going to be about an hour. So I ran out of grenades because I earned the right to buy grenades out of the armory from Mida, right? So I leveled up Mida so I can buy grenades. But then you reach a point where, you can't buy any more grenades. Like, why the fuck not? What didn't I waste my time earning the right to get grenades out of the armory? And they say I can only buy a few.
So bull bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Like, get out of here. Yeah, that sucks. It's too anti-consumer. It's too many goddamn rules. And they're all, put you at disadvantage and limit us to gameplay. Like, man, I want to play how I want to fucking play. When do you get to do that? Never. You have to, like, scrounge around and hopefully find a grenade. And then hope somebody doesn't shoot you in the back while you're looking for grenades. This is all about rat gameplay. People are like, they'll shoot you in the back. They'll camp for hours. They'll camp for like 20 minutes just to shoot you in the back. That's how cheap these people are. They were so lazy. You got to be like some kind of psychotic level of psychotic sociopath to sit in a corner for like 20 minutes waiting for somebody to exfiltrate just so you can shoot them in the back. And they don't do anything else. They just want to wait for you to exfiltrate and they shoot you in the back and take all your gear. So they don't go and earn the gear themselves. That way you do all the work looking around while they sit there like an asshole. I don't know, jerking off or smoking a cigarette, whatever the fuck they're doing. For 15, 20 minutes, you're going to sit there and just camp a spot. That's why the lightning should be more. The lightning should be more lethal, I think. And you know what? They should have lightning for campers. If you're staying in a spot for too long, lightning should just seek you out and shoot you right in the fucking head. Because there's lightning in this part here and this map I'm playing on. This is the best map right now until Cryo Archives gets opened. It's called Outpost, and so you have to search around the map getting keys to open up armory. You can choose to open the armory. You can choose to summon. There's a transport drone that has cargo on it, right? You can summon that and get gear up for that, like better gear than what you have. And there's an armory you can open in flight control, and there's also an armory in Pinwheel. Okay. This is the Pinwheel base, which takes 3 keys to open. Or if you come through a different entrance and get out with 2 keys, 2 green keys. Man, so the 3 color keys is orange,
get the keys.
green, and red.
Honestly.
The red ones are hardest to get, and there's only maybe 3 red keys on the whole map. So you have to get there first before somebody else does. If somebody gets that 1 red key that's on the map, that's it. You had to hunt him down and kill him before he uses it somewhere. So it's a challenge. That's kind of limiting, but it's also challenging. So there's certain things that are kind of limiting to the game that kind of would piss somebody off, some people off. To me, I think that's challenging. But the whole thing with you can only buy a limited number of grenades per week. Get the fuck out of here. What kind of game is this? Who made this game? I mean, like, wow, bold choice. Bold choice. Let's see how it works out, They automatically are not trying to be as successful as Halo. I'm not going to say it's going to be as successful as Halo or Destiny because just by virtue of you can't even regen your health, you can't just hide in the corner and regen your health. That's like, all right, that's a choice. Only certain characters have the ability to regen. Say like the Destroyer, sometimes he can regen health. If you just his shields at least, not his health, but his shields can grow back. And this whole superpower of this character called Rook. Rook he's like fully a robot. I think the other characters are like cyborgs. I think Rook is kind of just fully a robot. And, he goes by himself. And he just starts off with better shields than you. You have what would equate to be white shields and Apex, the really low weak shields. That's what you start out with. And if you don't buy them or earn them by a reward, you don't have any good shields. You either A, buy them in the armory that's in the game menu, or B, get awarded for it by your faction leveling up. And also, there's no way that you can level up is that you can get gear. There's a bunch of achievements. Like the milestones. What they call them. In Destiny have that thing when you had to get moments of triumphs. The triumphs. If you complete X amount of triumphs in the menu, you can get gear from that. You get rewards from that. So far, the rewards I got for the triumphs are way better than the rewards you get for like leveling up your faction. The faction keeps giving you shit. They give you like green gear. Green is only 1 level up from the white gear, the basic level gear, right? And that's what you get. So another problem with this game is the menu. The menu is shitty. I mean, the menu is kind of shitty, and that's not just what's shitty about it is Fine, it's convoluted. Every game has convoluted menus. That's how Destiny's menus got to be at a certain point, right? But that's not the real problem. The problem is the fonts. It's just obnoxious. They have these some fonts are so tiny you can barely see. You have to like squint to see it. It's like you're looking at an eye chart. That's the problem. On top of it being convoluted, because all game menus tend to be convoluted, right? But this one's overly complicated to the fact where, and it's just not even useful. It's like it's bad. It's not user friendly because it's like it's little tiny print, a tiny print, a huge font or tiny font. Like, what are you doing? You got to squint. Your eyes going in and out of focus, just focusing on the different levels of text they have on the screen. And one of my caveats of this game, the ping system doesn't work right sometimes. And here's the problem. See, you have 3 players, right? Player 1 is usually blue, and then the other 2 are like tan and purple, right? If somebody disconnects, some people are shitty. If you play with these randoms, if they die, they just leave the game. If you don't get to them in 1 second, they want to leave the game, right? And that sucks because then some reason they change your hierarchy of your player. If you're a player 2, now you're player 1. And so they change your color of your ping. So if you ping something and you're trying to walk to it, right? They change your color ping and then they take your ping off the map. So that's a problem with this game. Sometimes you ping something and you're trying to walk to it and then they take it off the screen. Like, where's my ping? I gotta ping it again? That's annoying. And one reason why they take it off the screen is because your teammate disconnected. So they changed your color of your ping. It's super annoying. It's just super annoying. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Whose idea was it? How about don't change the color of the ping if it's going to mess up the current ping you have on the screen? That sucks, the whole thing. And everybody said, oh, well, you'll get this great gear. You get exotic gear if you go into Cryo Labs, right? Not Cryo Labs, and the pinwheel. Pinwheel doesn't necessarily give you purple or exotic gear. I got purple gear more out of the armory that's on flight control than in pinwheel. I went in pinwheel. You had to go all over the map. It's a huge map. You have to go over like half the map, right? To get the keys to open up the pinwheel itself, and then you have to get the keys to open up the vault. So you have to hope everybody's slacking or doesn't know what they're doing. It's their first time playing. Other teams. You have to hope the other teams don't know what they're doing and don't get the red keys right away. Because the red keys open the vault. They need 2 reds and a yellow to open the vault that's inside pinwheel, and that's where all the weapons are. Because everything else I found in pinwheel was garbage. You have to kill like 1 million robots inside of pinwheel and 1 million turrets, and all they drop is garbage gear. It's not any better. Like, well, I could have got this garbage gear outside of pinwheel and not wasted 10 to 15 minutes getting all these keys, risking getting killed doing it, right? Just to get in here and not get killed on the way in and the way out to exfiltrate. So there's several times where you get a certain distance. It's why it's a lot like Apex, because of the heroes, and also this game of iterations. Sometimes you may die right away in Apex, and sometimes you make it halfway to the game, or sometimes you make it to the end of the game. So there's several times where you make it everywhere. You get all the way in, you get all the way inside pinwheel, you get inside the vault, and you manage to not die, and your whole team doesn't die and disconnect. And you get garbage gear, by the way, out of the pinwheel vault. And still, when you get to the exfiltrate, you get sniped by some little bastard that's been sitting there the whole 15-20 minutes where you were doing all the work, going on the map, getting all the keys, which are 6 in total, right, to get in there. This asshole sits there and shoots you in the back and ambushes you when you're barely alive after you fought, 50 robots and however many teams you had to fight on the map that had some any balls to fight you and face you man to man. You kill those guys, and then you're trying to exfiltrate, and this fucking butt fucker is hiding behind a rock and shoots you all in the back while you're half dead trying to exfiltrate. That's what you have to deal with. So I mean, it's funny and it's kind of aggravating at the same time. So you may make it, you may not make it. It's best to send somebody out like a scout to draw them out, to flush them out, and then the other 2 can kill them. Otherwise, you're never making it out of there. If they're lucky, if they have a good vantage point and they have, like, say, a sniper rifle or something, they could pick all 3 of you off before you can do anything. Yeah, so there's a lot of coward freaking just scumbag gameplay that people do shit like that. But there's always revenge is best served cold. So in this situation right here, I missed my exfiltrate because I was here trying to exfiltrate. It's defended fine, but what convoluted it is this map is outpost. Every periodically, like basically every 2 minutes, they rain fire on you. Somebody shoots flares into the sky, and then there's cascades molten lava onto the map, which basically burns the shit out of you, and you can't afford to get the shit burned out of you because you have low health already, and you have limited amount of health packs to heal yourself, and then you got to fight these dickheads. And this is a defended exfiltrate, so I'm trying to fight these guys, but then like they get an advantage, and then the fire convoluted everything, so I had to hide behind a rock and try to heal myself. And while I'm distracted trying to heal myself, my exfiltrate countdown went and it expired, and they just teleported nothing. Instead of teleporting me up back to the ship, they teleported nothing because I wasn't there within the time limit. So it's fun, but it's also frustrating. So I can see why there's a lot of hate for this game, besides the fact that Bungie stole a lot of artwork from that guy named Aluriel or whatever her name is, and stole her artwork. The game is just made to be frustrating. It's like all the frustrating things you've seen in Destiny. It has some good things from Destiny, but also the most frustrating things about Destiny. And people are just kind of sick of it. I can see how people just had enough, basically. I'll play this game to a degree, but I won't play it as much as I play Destiny, that's for sure. I'm not gonna no-life it. The reason why you get to the point where you get, say, I got 54 hours, because you may play this thing for 20 minutes and die. Like, man, I'm not accepting that shit. I played for 50 minutes and die and almost exfiltrate, almost made out there with some great gear. I've only had purples once, but never made it out with my purples intact. There's been times where I had all the red keys to open the armory that's in Pinwheel and got a blue weapon. And my teammate, he got a purple key or purple artifact. All right, fine, you got a purple artifact or whatever it is, or purple component that you can trade in for something else. Fine, he got that, but I think you need more than one of those. Like maybe you get 2 of those, and you can trade it for a better gun. And you only trade it for a better gun if you get to level 25, like level 25 of a faction, which is crazy. You know how slow it is, your progression in the factions, and there's like around 6 factions, okay? So you're supposed to level up 6 factions to level 25. You know how long it's gonna take? And also, there are like priority missions, right? Priority contracts which are basically just bounties from Destiny. But instead of Destiny, you could have 3 bounties at a time. In this stupid game, to make you take longer to level up or anything, they make it you only hold 1 bounty at a time. That I was trying to exfiltrate some scumbag sniped me. No, I didn't even get sniped by a scumbag. I got sniped by U.S. military. I had low health. I was trying to run away. Anyway, so it's a good game. It has the Bungie quality to it, but it's an aggravating game. And I can see how some people don't want to play this shit. I can see how people will be frustrated and say, hey, I'm going to sit this one out. This kind of sucks. And, I could easily excuse that. I played all the characters. I played Rook, and I played all the maps, and I've gotten inside Pinwheel. I've seen what this game has to offer, and it's, it can be entertaining, but it's also frustrating. And if you're a PvP guy, see, I'm a PvP guy. Some people aren't multiplayer players. They might not be into it. It's maybe not your bag. But for me, I'm into multiplayer. I'm into, inflicting pain over others. So I kind of enjoy playing it. When it has the good points, are really funny, and when the aggravating points are very aggravating. Okay, it's a good game. It's not like it doesn't deserve all the hate it's getting. Like, it's a hate train going on in this game. Okay, a lot of people have just a hate boner for the game. Oh, it's gonna fail. Bungie's gonna fail. Yada yada. Bungie's not gonna fail, because just like Destiny wasn't popular right away because the story sucked. And the casuals hated it because it didn't have a good story, because the story was so limited. And everything was limited to the lore which is on their website, which is really stupid and really goddamn anti-consumer. So you can see where they make these stupid anti-consumer ideas. They're telling people to go on a website to look up the lore instead of putting it in the game. And they take all the criticism and all the slings and arrows, and eventually they'll change their mind and fix it. So whatever's wrong with this game, like, oh, you can only have, what, 10 grenades per week? What kind of shit is this? Are you fucking kidding me? It's bad enough Destiny had this shit where you had to wait 5 minutes for your grenades to heal, to grow back. Your grenades had to regen. So they limited grenades that way. Now they're limiting your grenades of saying, oh, you can only buy a small amount per week. Are you kidding me? Per week? Get the fuck out of here. If that, for that reason alone, people should boycott this stupid game. So I don't know, man. It's a good game, but Bungie has a bad habit of shooting themselves in the foot. And they're on full auto, aiming dead straight at their toes. 10 toes in it, as usual. Yeah, they're so arrogant. I mean, these guys are more arrogant than Kanye West. That's how arrogant they are. It's baffling. Anyway, but good game, but you can see how they may fly too close to the sun on this one.
Prepare for increased hostile action.
Careful here. Time to hunt. The way is hidden.
Echo pulse searching.
Signal recall window closes in 20 minutes.
Take a look. Watch out.
Need this?
Anyone want this?
Need this?
What's this?
Okay, this Alex is like corny as hell, man. I don't know. I'm disappointed, but you know, we already were prepared for disappointment. As soon as you saw that he's a stance character now, you knew they were gonna screw him up, basically. And they're gonna put a lot of his old moves behind the stupid stance. I knew that was gonna happen, and they took all his charge moves away. They just made it easy for scrubby ass modern controls players. If they were gonna do something to go with him, they could at least give him a 360. They didn't even. To me, they didn't even make an effort at all. They didn't even give him a 360 throw. He only has the same lariat. He has the same half circle he had for like a million years. They didn't think maybe upgrade him a little bit, give him a 360. He's so corny. He's corny, man. And he has a couple new throws out of this stance. Great, I have to be in this stance first, which people can well, the only good thing about this is like that he has two throws out of this stance, so they can't block it. I mean, what are they gonna do? They can't block it, you know what I mean? Because being that he's getting in this dumb stance, everybody can read that he's got to do some kind of attack. Well, naturally, that's gonna block if they can't just, they're not in range to just jab him out of it, because they're gonna just jab him out of it because he can't block in his stance. That's what sucks about putting too many of his moves behind his stance. One thing, you can't block, so you get hit. Two, you can't combo either. You can't block or combo out of this crap. This is bullshit. Only if you can maybe combo out something after this. What are you fucking gonna combo with this shit? There's no hit that you can hit somebody, go in a stance first, and then attack. So what was the fucking point? Because this move, that move, that used to be charged down, up kick. Now it's gone. I thought he's gonna at least have that still, right? I know they're definitely gonna take away charge down, up punch because of stupid fucking modern controls players. You can't have two moves that are the same motion with a different button, with two different buttons, because modern controls is so scrubby it doesn't differentiate between punch and kick. So I knew they're fucked with that, but he doesn't even have that. He doesn't even have this. You could at least be buffering and charge down here, and then do the up stomp. Now you can't do that anymore, because they basically fucked up the whole flow, the way the character plays now. So basically, I'm just gonna keep playing Ed. Ed's the only character that's improved between Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5. Nobody's improved. I mean, the only person that kind of consistent still that's not disappointing is Crimson Viper out of the legacy characters. They fucked up Akuma. That's why I fell out of playing this game. You notice I don't make that many Street Fighter videos, because the whole time Akuma was out, I didn't play him. He sucks. He should really fucking do an air fireball from any position in the air. That's why it's an air fucking fireball. There's supposed to be a reason why he's better than fucking Ryu, not Ryu with less health. But now he's just Ryu with less health. It's stupid. You notice how nobody plays Akuma? If you see the last Capcom Cup that just came out last weekend, nobody was playing Akuma. Who was playing Akuma? Nobody. Because they fucked him up. Bad. If you're going to take away his air fireball, I'm getting off the topic, but if you can take away his jump up and jump back air fireballs, I'm not spending meter, the meterless one I mean. Right? You can't jump back and throw air fireballs. What's the point of playing Akuma? You know, that's why nobody plays him. And also, if you're going to take all that away from him, and they took away his demon flip throw, he just sucks. I despise the new Akuma. He's just a masher. Everybody character has to be a masher now. Sagat's a masher. He's just a striker, basically. He took away his range moves, and he's just a striker. He's good. Scott's good from close range, but not from long range anymore. He sucks from long range. They took away his high and low fireball game, and you can't mix up the speeds. But I'm getting off topic. That's all because of modern controls. So, I don't know. This is my last Street Fighter I'm ever going to pay for. If they make another Street Fighter, I'm not buying it. This is shit. Anyway, so this move, he's added to the Flash Shot. The reason why they took away Flash Shot, because Flash Shot was never really good to begin with. You know? I mean, it wasn't considered good at all. So, you know, as a move in general, I think they improved it here and made him do more damage, but it never was really good. That's why a lot of people didn't pick Alex. And another reason why people didn't pick Alex is because you can't combo off a low medium kick. You can't combo off a low medium kick. It's generally considered not a good character. I just like playing him because his command moves and he's a little different than Zangief, and he requires the command throws. And also, he was better in the old version in Street Fighter 3. This is all watered down. Because you notice when you look at his super arts, he doesn't have... Right? He doesn't have any super arts that are half circle throws. They're such a bunch of fucking cowards, man. This is so generic. This is like Street Fighter 4 Alex, basically. You know, Street Fighter 4 characters. When Street Fighter 6 first came out, right? I mean, Street Fighter, not even Street Fighter 4, excuse me. I mean Street Fighter 5, where everybody's super was down forward, whatever. Which is really corny. Anyway, the thing is this. When Street Fighter 6 first came out, it gave me a little hope because Guile still had his charge back super. His super wasn't generic, okay? It was not just a fireball motion, even though he has no fireball moves to begin with, you know? So he actually had charge back, charge forward to do his super, right? This is bullshit. And see, that's why I used to like Alex in Street Fighter 3 in the first place, why I started playing Alex, because he had half circle into his super. Okay, you actually had to do 2 half circles to do his super. This is not that. This is crap. This is down forward like anybody else. The only thing that looks kind of cool is this one that he can do during the overdrive power chop. He can do this Omega Buster, and it's just 2 punches. What the fuck? Anyway, he can do that. You know, that's the only thing. It's a kind of combo super. Okay, overdrive power drop. You can do that. Okay, you can precision attack from overdrive power drop. Okay, so that's cool because to do the overdrive power drop, right? You have to hit somebody to make them turn backwards, and then do the half circle throw right after it. You know, do the half circle throw right after the chop, the flash chop. Okay, that's his old move, and now you can add that onto it for more damage. Okay, that's the only thing that's cool. Everything else in this character sucks. And he's not that technical a character. It's just stance. It's corny. It's just stance. Everything is stance dependent. What's a stance dependent shit? You know how corny this is? Whose idea was this, man? Oh, you knew hyper bomb. So he has 2 choices during overdrive power drop. You do that, or he can you can do that super continuer, or you can do his regular one. This regular one is like a meterless continuation. And also it like resets, basically. It resets you to neutral, because look how far away he is when he lands. The only good thing I can see here is that when he does this down throw, he has a down throw. So he's only character has 3 normal throws, right? 3 normal throws that use punch, light kick, right? This, you might be able to get somewhere and wake up. I set it to block everything because, you know, I was just testing out. I was trying to see what moves he has that are plus. Alright. This is like +2. His stupid stance move, that's +5 now. That's ridiculous. But it has to be because you can't abuse it like you used to be able to abuse that move in Street Fighter 5. Because it's plus, so they put them in a stance where they can't really do anything out of neutral. You know, they can't do anything out of. Nobody had any invincible counters in Street Fighter 5. That's the only good thing about Street Fighter 5 is nobody had invincible counters. Which means Ryu can't just Ryu and Ken can't just Dragon Punch their way out of everything. So if they're at -2, they're screwed. You know, you're at -2, you're screwed. I can beat you to the punch, you know, but light. So now, you know, at least you can do it out of that, off the half circle heavy punch, right? That's something. And it's less abusable because it's a harder execution than just simple forward and heavy punch. Right, but man, his character sucks, man. They took away the whole flow of the character. You have no charge moves. You can't throw somebody off. You know, you can't throw somebody off by like switching between his motion controls, right? His controls that are like half circle, you know, to his charge moves. You could catch somebody surprise to charge and up and punch, and it was a grab. That's a grab. That's going, and you can't surprise somebody by saying buffering. You could be buffering charge back here, and then forward kick, and then charge forward kick to do the flash chop. All that's gone for no fucking reason, just to appease fucking scrubs. And scrubs suck. Scrubs are gonna lose no matter what. That's why they're scrubs. And if you took away a move off this character, right, that's not executable on a modern controls players control list, they wouldn't know the difference. That's why they're modern controllers players. They're idiots. They're brainless idiots. They're just mashing. So it doesn't matter if you move a move from their playlist. Take a move off their fucking command list. Don't play moves off of the good players, the actual classic players. Command list. This sucks, man. What the fuck is this? You gotta do everything from stance now. I can't even do a simple shit like this off of stance. That's simple crouch and punch. How good is this new crouching punch? This looks stupid as hell. Is super slow. What is it on block? -6 on block. So why do I have this asshole move? What's the point of this crouching punch? It's not. Is it an anti-air? It doesn't look like an anti-air. It looks like he's just swinging up. It's so fucking slow. I don't think it would work as good as an anti-air. I'm not. I was already kind of cold on Street Fighter 6 in general by the way they handled Akuma. After they handled Akuma, that was a make or break thing with me. I was pretty much done with it at that point. I play Ed. I like Ed way better than that than Akuma as a playable character. His command list is more challenging. It's improved. He's the only improved character at it. I don't see anybody really improved here, except besides getting a few unique attacks here and there. Game sucks. Game sucks. And like, if they really were gonna make Alex better, right, or at least improve on it, at least if you had to conform to this stupid freaking system, right? Give him something he can do out of this. Give him something he can do out of drive whatever drive impact. Give him more drive impact or something, or give him a command drive impact. Give him something that makes the character a consistent grappler, right? And also takes advantage. If you have to conform to this stupid format that this fucking game is in, these stupid moves, it's idiotic drive rush shit. Give him something, a throw that he can only do out of drive rush. Give him something, you know what I'm saying? They didn't give him anything good. They took away his normal stuff, right? They took away his basic attacks, right? And put him behind a damn stance. And then he got no advantage at all. And then they freaking... It just fucked up everything. And then they're like, out of the new stuff, whatever this new format this game runs by, this new game system, just moronic drive impact, drive rush system. They can at least give an advantage out of that, or do some unique use of it. All right, if he has to have this, apply it in a way that makes the character better. It doesn't. He's not going to be a character that anybody's going to freaking use in tournaments at all. He's never going to place anywhere high in the tier list. Like he always, really, he never really was. There's only very few good Alexes, but this version is a waste of time. I mean, why make all these stupid changes if he's still going to be, from my prediction, from what I see, there's nothing good about this fucking character. He doesn't have the parries from Street Fighter 3 anymore. Besides, the regular drive parries that everybody had. So he didn't have that. I mean, it's like, definitely, there's no question that the Street Fighter 5 Alex is better than this. This sucks. How do you not be able to make a better character than it was in Street Fighter 5? Street Fighter 5 was a shit game. I can't believe that's the only character who was actually good in Street Fighter 5 because his drive, whatever it was, his the parry. I forgot what he used to call it before. You know, the stupid whatever, focus attack or whatever the hell you call it. Basically, his innate move, right? His innate move, the OD or whatever the hell used to call it back then. When you press, basically his unique is trait. When you press this, you know, when you press the 2 buttons, it used to be a parry that he does after. He can only do the parry though. Here's the thing about him, right? He could only do it after he goes into what the fuck do you call it? The stupid thing when he goes V attack. All right, yeah. So that's why I forgot it. Because it's a stupid name, V trigger, whatever the fuck that means. When after he does his V trigger, right? Because what's V stand for? Good game. Anyway, after he does his V trigger, he can just parry. So he could parry like you could parry back in Street Fighter 3, but it's way easier, right? So that's the only good thing about him back there in Street Fighter 5. This is shit. I can't believe. So he basically took better advantage of the system in Street Fighter 5 than he does in this game, which makes no fucking sense. If they wanted to make him better, you know what he should do? When his drive impact shouldn't even be a charging attack. It should be a throw. You know what I'm saying? That would be cool. That they have to just jump over it to make him unique. His drive impact should be a throw. It shouldn't even be a charging knee. Why does he need a charging knee? It's idiotic. Everybody's gonna block it or super you when you do it. So why even put it in there? If he has to have this stupid fucking system limiting the character, right? They think this. Here's what it is. What they think about Street Fighter 6. Their asshole design philosophy is: let's remove half the throws of it, half the moves of it, half the characters, right? And somehow think we're making up for it with this stupid driver system. They think this shitty driver system and this shitty drive impact makes up for moving half the move list for most of the characters. Command list gets muted and like cut in half with like half the characters, Sagat included, Akuma, so many. I can go on, but and they think this makes up for it. This shit. Fuck out of here. This game sucks. Anyway, they fucked it up, and I'm not surprised because they fucked up so many other characters, except for Ed. Who didn't they fuck up? Ed and Crimson Viper. Crimson Viper is consistently better, or at least, I want to. No way she's better than Street Fighter 4 version, but she retained a lot of her stuff, and her command list and the technical parts of the character stayed in the game. So they did a good job here, and then they dropped the ball on the grappler. I don't know who's working. They need to hire better people at Capcom, especially for the grapplers, because this isn't the only grappler that's disappointing, man. Same thing with Manon, the same thing with Marissa. Marissa's, her best throw is like out of her fucking stance. Retarded. Who wants to do that? What the fuck? Anyway. Yeah, Manon has one throw. You know how monotonous that is. Just keep doing half circle throw and that's it. And she's supposedly a jujitsu grappler. What's the point, man? They took the really easy way out approach in making this game. You don't see what's his name? He starts with I. IDOM. You don't see IDOM anywhere in top 16 at all. Cause Marissa sucks. I mean, what's her name? Manon sucks. She should have more throws. Why are they so lazy? Here's the thing. They could at least. I could probably excuse. I wouldn't excuse, but I would be less pissed off about them taking away his charge moves. Right? If he had at least gave him a 360 throw. They couldn't give him a 360 throw. How lazy are they? This is lazy. It's not so just bad. It's lazy bad. It didn't have to be this bad. Not everybody wants to do stances of a gimmick things like, I mean, doing throws out of gimmick stances and stuff. It's corny. Or, you know, at least you know how he has the throw he can do out of flash shop, you know, the power drop after he does flash shop and turns money backwards, do the half circle throw. You could have gave him another move he can do off of a different move. He can do one other move, right? That lands a normal hit. On normal hit, you could, you know, a normal hit you do power drop over that. Why do you not do that? Power drop or another command throw you do after you land a normal hit as a combo. Do that. They didn't do that. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything good with this character. The only, I don't know, I guess they were just running out of time when they made this character, basically. And they had so much time to put him in here. And this is what we get. They could have at least made his supers. Because people aren't going to pick him anyway. Here's the thing. People aren't going to pick him anyway. In his sorry state. Nobody's going to pick him. So they should have made his supers, one of his supers should be half circle throws. At least one of them. The one that's actually a throw. It should be a half circle throw back punch. To do a super. It might as well. What the fuck is this? This is bullshit. Nobody's going to pick him anyway. At least make him, you know, true to the original Street Fighter 3 version. This is shit. From a gameplay perspective, this is shit. Anyway, I'm done. I was gonna put a lot of time into mastering Alex and all his combos until I seen this shit. No, I'm not. I'll stick to Ed. To a pocket Alex.